we focus really hard on putting a lot of heart and soul into the food, and I think that you can taste that on the other end. When I'm creating dishes, I want to make sure that there's something that impacts people on a personal level as well. Just because a piece of meat is cooked perfectly, if it's not seasoned right, if we haven't created a depth of flavor that satisfies something inside someone as well, then in my opinion, you haven't done your job. My food has a personality to it. I don't think anyone has ever eaten anything that I've created and said, man, there's not a lot of flavor in this. I've had meals that are technically perfect, but don't have any soul. When I'm creating dishes, I want to make sure that there's something that impacts people on a personal level. St. Charles always seemed like an obvious place to us. And we saw an opportunity to jump into that mix kind of early on. We were introduced to the owners of the building, who are also our partners, and they wanted to do a fine dining concept that was reminiscent of something that you would find in Chicago or other urban areas, and it just worked out for both of us, I think. The way that we built the restaurant was, so it was a little bit compartmentalized. So there are basically 4 different rooms that we can do either small events in. We've got a private dining room that holds up to 20 people. We've got a secondary dining room that's kind of offset that can do another 10 people if we wanted to. The main dining room can kind of be broken up on its own, where we can do up to 50 or 60, even 70 seated. And then we've got this room that we're in right now, which is kind of our lounge area that can, be for smaller events, kind of cocktail style events, or the space can be bought out for the entire restaurant. Our goal is to take recognizable ingredients, things that people know and understand that aren't intimidating, and do them at a very high level with a lot of technique. Balancing that kind of bridge where it's not, like you said, intimidating. I know what salmon is, I know what chicken is, I know what beef is, I know what cauliflower is, I know what all these things are, and then when they get their plate, it's something really refined and interesting and challenging to a certain extent, because it might not be, instead of a piece of cauliflower on the plate, it might be a cauliflower puree. I think that we do that in the dining room as well, not just with the food, but that's the service that we go for as well. We do all of the fine dining steps of service, but we try to do it in a more relaxed atmosphere, in a relaxed way. The dining room is very refined and beautiful, but it's also comfortable and warm and inviting at the same time. That's all of the graceful, and then all of the ordinary. Right on the base of the hearth, it's about 1,000 degrees right over the fire, but when you go up, we have a rack that goes on the top, and when you put your hand up there, you can hold onto the rack. It's about 170 degrees. Which allows us to put more delicate ingredients on top and more hearty ingredients, closer to the flames. We can take ingredients and bury like beets, for example. We can take beets and bury them in the embers overnight and let them roast that way, and then dig them out and peel them. And, now all of a sudden we've created this really hearty depth of flavor in a beet, or we can put the beet up on top, just get a little bit of smoke on it and slice it very thin, and it almost still be raw. So we look at things from a standpoint of how can we take this individual ingredient, how many different ways can we manipulate it, and then what can we do from there. And so I think using locally sourced, you're getting the freshest possible ingredient. So you're going to have a much higher quality to it. And then how do we manipulate that is on us.
We're in an interesting industry that really touches people in a way that a lot of other industries don't. People come into our doors for celebration. They come into our doors for interaction. They come into our doors to reunite with people that they haven't seen in a long time, or just to spend time with the people that they care about. And with that support from the community, we're able to do what we love to do, which is take care of them. So we believe that it is it's our responsibility to make sure that we're doing whatever we can within the community to uplift it as well.